All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I'm going to give honors, glory, praise due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Dash. Double honors, apostles and elders business as well. Peace of Akim that's doing his work on the four corners of earth. I'm Brother Dewar from GMS Detroit. By camp, there was a flood that happened near like over there by like China, Nepal, out in that area. You know, they say in Nepal, pretty much, and it was something else. All right, because you know there was people running and stuff like that. Yeah, it was scary looking as also, but yay, like I be saying over and over, man, that be Yahweh Bashim Yahushua doing his thing. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, play this clip, and we'll get to some scriptures.
As for the cause of all of this, Nepal officials, they say the flooding was likely triggered by a collapsed glacier in the Himalayan region. And for more on that, let's bring in NBC News meteorologist Bill Cairns. Bill, can you explain why this happened and why experts are saying this is related to climate change?
Yeah, it has taken scientists days to try to figure this out because we've never seen anything like it. I mean, we've never witnessed a wall of water like that going down through a valley at that speed. It traveled over 50 to 60 miles and at times was ranging between 60 and maybe 90 miles per hour. That's why there was no outrunning it, and for the most part, in a lot of the videos you've seen, there was no surviving it. So let's kind of show you and try to explain all the steps that led to this, just this tragedy that we've all witnessed. So the first thing that we saw that happened before we had any of the video and pictures is that we got reported that there was an earthquake, and it was a magnitude 5.2, which is not huge, not small either. And I put it in quotes here because the first thing they did is they reviewed it and they looked and said, was this an earthquake? And they said no. The U.S. Geological Survey said this was a glacial collapse and that the top of the mountain collapsed and fell to the valley floor thousands of feet, and it hit with such magnitude that it shook the earth, and it actually registered as an earthquake. I want to show you a before and after image of the actual peak itself. So you can see it there circled in red. That was the before image, and you can see all the ice in white on top, and then it goes down to the rocks. Look at the after. Half of that is missing. Now, this is, you're looking at it from above. You have to realize this is a 23,000 foot mountain, the 99th tallest mountain on our planet, and half of it is missing and fell down into the valley, and that's how we can get such an episode to take place. So as we go down here, I'm going to show you that same peak. This is it right here, the one we're just looking at the top of it. This collapsed. It all came down to the valley down here. So how does that explain why there was so much water? Well, at the bottom of the valley, there was a river running through there, and it dammed that river up, and then the dam, eventually the pressure built up and it exploded. And as far as the climate change angle goes on this, the Himalayan region is warming about 2 times faster than other areas on the globe. And in the past 60 years, the glacial loss has increased by about 4 times. So yes, a piece of this is climate related. And this region, it probably won't be the last time they get an avalanche or glacial collapse. Hopefully it won't be on top of a river like this one.
But let me go ahead and get another clip. You know, he went by, you know, how that went down. All right. So, try something right quick.
All of them, I want it all, give me all of that, all of them. Give me all of them, all of them. I want it all, give me all of that, all of them. Give me all of them, all of them. Want it all, give me all of that, all of them.
Get it all at your favorite stores this back to school with PayPal.
We are joined now by David Fisher, who is in Nepal. He is helping lead the efforts by the International Red Cross there. David, good morning to you.
I just want to see if they show it. That's really what I want. Okay.
Therefore, the authorities sent out warnings asking
Showing people
everybody
got
to
to be
move
rescued
away from low-lying areas. And this paused both the relief and some of the search and rescue. I think on the China side of the border, they had already suspended all their search and rescue before this. From what we hear from our colleagues in the field, however, this was much, much less intense. It had not even reached the Novokot area by the afternoon. which was much slower than, unfortunately, the enormous and extremely rapidly moving wave on Wednesday.
Let's see if they. Okay. There's the part I want to see.
Access. So there are most of Rasua, which is the district that was most heavily impacted by this enormous flood, is only accessible still by helicopter. That flood knocked out the bridges, it knocked out the roads, and so fresh water is being brought in by helicopter. The Nepal army is involved in rescue, but we have not been able to bring at scale the relief items that people need there, nor have we been able to really do an assessment. So we're very, very worried about their well-being. Until today, we also had extremely limited contact with our own volunteers of Nepal Red Cross who live in these communities. But today, we thankfully were able to contact them and to find out that they are safe and working very closely with armed forces.
Back here, David, it's been really hard for folks to get their heads around these devastating images. Entire communities just decimated by walls of water. Rebuilding there, what does it even look like? What should the first order of business be?
Well, the first order of business has got to be basic needs. So many people have lost their homes. A lot of them, in Novokot at least, have gathered in schools and government buildings. We're providing food, we're providing blankets, we're providing some of the basic hygiene items, but you can't live like this for very long. And it's really important that we start moving these people into much more acceptable housing as quickly as possible. And we also hope that we can move directly into...
Yeah, I just wanted to show that. That was something else. But that's the Lord, So let me go ahead. A few scriptures right quick. All right, Isaiah chapter 28, verses 2. Behold, the Lord has a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of many waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And whose hand was that? That was the hand of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. That's who hand that was that did it. All right? Grab another scripture. All right. There shall be visitor of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So that's how the Lord get down. Grab this other one. Isaiah 30:30. And the Lord shall cast his aggressive voice to be heard, and that shall show the lightning down of his arm with the indigenous of his anger, and with his flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstones. So them people over there, that was the Lord doing his thing. All right. But Lord willing, is edifying. So with that, I'm going to give honor, glory, and praise due to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders bishops as well. A piece of Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. Shalom.